Tippy time, my damies, Topcat here, and welcome back to the channel. Season 17 has brought us Solar 3.0, and this is showing us truly how strong Restoration is. We can just out-heal everything, but there is an exotic that we haven't touched on yet that really just takes us up to the 9. And upon using this build, you're going to find we've got ×2 Restoration, we've got healing, we've got ×2 empowerment. Like, we can just tank everything that comes our way. It is a very tactical build. You need to use this appropriately, but if you know how to use this, you will just decimate the enemy force. We will be using the Promethium Spurs. Ember of Light is the armor perk. Defeating combatants or guardians whilst their rack is active creates healing or empowering rifts at their location. While standing in any rift, solar weapon final blows grant rift energy. When your rift energy is full, final blows consume your rift energy and create a healing and empowering rift at the target's location. So not only can we create healing, empowering combo rifts with our super and our solar weapons, this also allows us to run Phoenix Dive. So we can run all 3 of the Warlock's subclass ability at once. These exotics are vastly underrated, as with the Warlock subclass we tend to find we jump our rift down, sit there in the corner from safety killing things, but this changes it into a more aggressive platform as you're dropping the rift where you're going rather than where you've been. So that way this leaves it open for you to be the aggressor with the Warlock for a chance, giving you both the healing and empowering that you need whilst pushing the front lines. It is so much fun and it's really powerful. These rifts are stupid strong. It's also good when you see your teammate in danger, you know where they are going to be, you shoot an enemy there and it just helps them out a lot. And because it only takes about 3 solar weapon kills to get your rift energy back up, you can just be laying down fire with comfort and not really feel like you're wasting your rifts. As I'm sure you've noticed by now, I've been using the Prom Lens. This is because it adds scorch stacks and I just enjoy using this gun. And we have a Fragment that gives us additional class ability when we scorch things. If you don't want to use special ammo, Vex Mythoclast is a great option for this build. Tommies can be fun as there's a lot of restoration in this build and this can help out heal it. Sunshot is another popular option. I'm using Eternity's Edge for my heavy. You can swap out Surrounded or Boss depending on your counter you're on, but I find it works well with this build. As not only do we have the well empowering rifts, we've also got Font of Might, which is also going to be boosting up our solar weapon damage, so a solar sword in this case is very good. But as far as it goes for primaries, I've been loving the Prom Lens. The scorching effect is very good, and like I said, I have no problem with special ammo. I always seem to have it. We will be using the Touch of Flame solar aspect. This is going to double up our healing strength, giving us a restoration 2. Heat rises. This is going to give us that extra melee energy when we jump off the ground. You can use Icarus Dash, it's not really requirements, you just need the 2 mod slots. But I like Celestial Fire, so that's why I'm using this, just to keep that melee energy up. And as stated, I'm using Well of Radiance. Dawnblade just really hasn't been doing it for me this season. Wells are always good. It's good for you, good for your fire team. A lot of the bosses this season have been like multi-phase bosses, so it's good to have a super that is constantly regenning. Quick turnaround supers are very good for the likes of the dungeon. Over to our fragments, we will be using Ember of Solace. Radiant and Restoration effects applied have both increased duration. Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. Ember of Imperium, solar weapon and ability final blows extend the duration, restoration, radiant effects applied to you. And Ember of Singeing, your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. This is the reason that I've been favouring the Prom Lens with this build, as this applies scorch stacks to targets, so that's going to feed us more rift energy. On our class item, we're using Elemental Time Dilation, Flame Harvesting, and Utility Kickstart. Now, obviously on a build like this, we're not using classy restoration. Generally on Warlocks, I don't use classy restoration, but we have so much rift energy, we don't need it anyway. But we're using flame harvesting, as solar weapon final blows are going to be giving us solar orbs. We're just standing in here, getting solar orb after solar orb with our primary exotic of choice. These wells are not only feeding us back more rift energy, they're also feeding us a Phantom Might, so we're getting a second damage buff on top of the empowering rift is already given us. On our helmet, we will be using Seeking Wells, Trace Rifle Ammo Finder, and Hands-On Mod, just to give us a bit of a super regen. We're using a Phantom Might, Bolstering Strike. It's going to give us class ability when we're chucking out melees. And Overload Trace Rifle. You can swap this out with something that you might want, but I have made this for GMs. Phantom Might, Armor of the Undying Star, and Trace Rifle Reserves. Bountiful Wells, so it's going to be spewing wells at us. And very important that we have a Trace Rifle Scavenger. So the way that we use this, we're going to lead off with our Healing Grenade. This is going to give us that restoration ×2, bang out our melee, that's going to give us our radiant, and then we lead off with the Prom Lens. This is going to create a rift for us. We just stand in this rift and just start shooting stuff essentially. We're never really having to worry about our health, as we got restoration, we got healing from the well, we got restoration ×2, and we're just pretty much going to be leapfrogging from rift to rift. Whenever we get another one, jump in that one. You see we're getting the Phantom Might coming from the Seeking Wells that are constantly coming to us, as every second solar kill we get is going to be giving us 2 solar wells, so essentially it's a well kill. Anyway, my damies, that is the build for today. Like if you liked, sub if you're new, comment down below, and until next time, tippy tie my damies. What a tie. Bottom of everything, he's the most tip-top, top cat.